Welcome to the Open Mic Podcast. Today, as always, we have Jason. What's up, Jason?
How's it going?
And Jorge Cortez. Say what's up, Jorge.
Hey, guys. What's up?
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for coming, dude. I'm glad you're here. Real quick before we get started, here's a note from our sponsor. I'm just kidding. We don't have any sponsors. I'm the only one spending money on this. Well, me and Jason. But yeah, no. Jorge Cortez is here with us. How long have you been doing comedy, Jorge?
I've been doing comedy for about 6 years.
About 6 years?
6 years, yeah.
And where'd you start at?
El Paso, Texas.
El Paso, Texas.
Yes, sir.
You ever kidnap anybody?
No.
You ever been kidnapped?
I feel like there have been attempts, but I've fled the scene.
Like you thought it was gonna happen?
Like I was on the up and up, and I was able to block it.
But you're Mexican and Puerto Rican, right?
Yes, sir.
Which goes along with, I love your joke. It always gives me a quick laugh when you say you're Mexican and Puerto Rican. You're half Mexican, half Puerto Rican, but 100% guilty.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Thank you.
Yeah. You can't use your material, but I can.
A Mexican.
Absolutely, yeah. A Mexican. I feel like I gotta start coining that phrase. Like,
or whatever. Puerto Mexican?
Yeah, a Puerto Mexican or a Mexican, using them both or one of the two. Because it's simpler and it's like, it sounds funny.
Yeah, and by the way, before we started the podcast, we were just sitting here talking about butt stuff. By the way, guys, send us your pics. Any butt stuff or...
Somebody will look at them.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
If anyone's interested in my dick stuff, I can make that accessible for you.
Yeah, don't you sell pictures of your dick or something like that?
I've been out of
okay to bring up?
No, please, yeah. No, you're good.
Yeah, I don't want to cross any lines.
Especially if any parents are listening or anything, So.
No, I told my aunt about it, so I plan on telling my dad and my mom about it before they hear the material.
Did you tell her about it when you were sending her an invoice for some of your dick pics?
My aunt? Yeah, my titi does my taxes.
I like that you say kidding. Aunt.
He's only second removed.
Yeah, he's only second removed.
What do you say, Jason? You say aunt or aunt?
Like the bug. Aunt.
Aunt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you always said aunt?
I say titi and then I like aunt because like on my dad's side, like we say aunt or aunt. And
auntie.
Auntie.
Hey, Auntie Thelma or whatever.
So yeah, it's aunt, and then on my mom's side it's like titi because it's
Spanish.
Short for
it's Puerto Rican, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Puerto Ricans speak Spanish, don't they?
They speak Spanish, but they say like titi. Like Mexicans don't necessarily say titi or anything. Some do, some don't.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
You didn't have a Spanish nickname, did you, growing up?
No, they just called me shithead. Just stuff I didn't want to be called.
Standard stuff.
Yeah, standard stuff. Gordo, stuff like that. They'd call me Gordo.
They'd go out of the way to call you a Spanish nickname to say you're fat.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. I still know what that means. They're like, oh, we know. We just need to practice your Spanish, not your eating.
We want you to know that's you. That's you. That's you, Mikey. When you get older, you're gordo.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds racist when you say it because you're not Mexican. Yeah, that's how they talk. Yeah, that's you. My dad definitely has his own language. He speaks Spanglish. He was in the hospital recently, and they're like, he's speaking gibberish. I'm like, no, that's how he sounds. That's what he talks like.
That's every day.
Yeah. But, yeah. So titi, that's short for tia, right? Which is Spanish for aunt or aunt.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. I'm glad you're here. We always have some good conversations whenever I see it, like open mics or shows, or when we hang out. We always get into weird conversations. And you inspired me to do this weird insulting compliment thing where I only do this with you, really. I've done it to a couple other people, but like when I see you, I don't know what it is, but you make me come up to you and I'll say things like, dude, I'll fucking become your best friend and scrapbook our whole life together and take you on a cruise in 6 years, man. And I don't know why. I say it like it's an insult, but I'm like, dude, I'll fucking turn gay only for you and marry you and make you the fucking happiest man alive, you piece of shit.
I tried to hit him back, but I couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
I tried to hit him back, but I couldn't keep up with it.
He's jumping out the gate with some solid, sincere stuff right there. I mean,
and these aren't planned. It's just when I see your face, I can't help it. We've had so much fun together. And I'm just gonna be like, dude, I'll fucking call you every day and tell you how great you are and how good your body is.
Like you'll start off with, you're supposed to start off with like the low end of like, I'll buy you a milkshake next time I see you or anything like that, and then you gradually it reaches the point that Mike brings it to. But you're jumping like right out the fucking gate with love. Relationship. Yeah.
Look at that rocking hot bod. He doesn't need a milkshake. He's already got two back there.
And let me tell you about the first time he hit me with it.
Okay.
I was like, I always like talk shit to Mikey, like cat shit. And then I think I was talking shit to him. And then he hit me with this. He just started banging these things out on me. And then it's just like, what the fuck? And because it just fucks you up. If you're trying to be hateful to someone.
Yeah.
Don't be hateful to somebody that's ready to give you some love right
Oh
back.
my God.
Yeah. Well, I play to win, and I was like, dude, he's really good. He's getting me. You're like getting me on the fat jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I'll fucking tell everybody about how hard your abs are. I don't give a fuck. I'll get you a modeling deal, and I'll only take 5% because that's all I need as long as I get to be around you.
That's the epitome of reflect and redirect, right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, exactly.
Oh.
That's my shield.
Dude.
Kill him with kindness.
But it's so fucking funny, too, that it's just like, I get the benefit of just listening to him just go line after line after line. It's so quick.
Until you find out and you're like, hey, I got somebody that cares about me. If you don't, fuck you. I'm going to call Mikey.
Yeah.
I can't help you.
And he does. Like I think on this
Yeah.
week alone, we spoke on the phone for about an hour 3 times. And like you're like me, like some people get mad that I'll just call them and not text. But sometimes I don't want to. I have a lot to say and I don't want to text it all out. I'd rather just call you and have an actual interaction if we can't see each other.
Yeah.
I grew up in that era of using a home phone and laying on your belly while you wrap the cord around your finger and kick your legs back and forth like a schoolgirl. That's how we talked on the phone in the 90s.
I got the calling from my grandfather. He would call people on the phone, so it's like,
Yeah.
And I really think there's more. I prefer having a conversation with someone on the phone rather than texting.
You can't read the tone on a text. I've started and gotten into so many arguments with people because you don't get the context in a text message.
Let me ask you this: when you first get on the phone with somebody, is it like instinct to first right away just say, "Hi, how are you?" or "Hey, how's it going?"
I mean, if it's someone that I talk to, it's just like we already got our lingo. And you don't really need to start. You just hit them with that shit that you always.
You're right in the middle of a conversation already. Like when you
when I hit up Mikey, I'm like Mayo.
Nays, bro.
Yeah, I know. So when we talk, we're not like, "Hey, how's it going? How are you?" No, no, it's none of that shit. But like,
how's the wife?
Yeah.
But no, like when you get someone else on the phone, they're just like, "Hey, giving you a call or whatever." They're like, "Hey, how's it going?" You're like, "Oh, I'm doing well. How are you?" You know, I mean, I guess that's like a good phone etiquette.
No, absolutely, and that definitely transpires. But like
big words you're using. You sure you're using the right ones?
I don't know, man.
just rolling the dice over here.
Okay, before I came on open my podcast, man, I did read a couple words in the dictionary, man.
I like that all the big words you tried still started with trans.
Transcribe,
translucent, I'm gay, guys. That's where it was going.
We saw the direction that we're going there. Transgender, trans-America.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I think I'm quick at coming up with stuff like that. It goes back to the way my family used to talk to me. I was the youngest out of my dad's kids, and I was picked on a lot by like brothers, sisters, even uncles, cousins, nephews, and nieces that are older than me. And I was a pussy. I still am. I don't want to fight anybody, but I was always quick with a comeback. Like I had to develop that. I think that's a lot of where my comedy comes from. Is from basically being shit on. They turn this lump of coal into a diamond. Yeah, but it's not like a regular diamond. It's not like one anybody would spend money on.
I feel like I got the same kind of like experience as Mikey did, like people being abusive to you with their language and making fun of you, and you always being the butt of the joke, but definitely not to the extreme that Mikey had, because like he's so much quicker. He's so much more quick-witted, and it's just like.
Well, it's the verbal abuse mixed with the physical abuse of being beat up all the time by my dad and family that I had to have something quick for him. Like, oh, let me try to say you on this real quick. Let me try to spin it around.
Or just if you're getting hit a couple of times, let me just see if I can say something real funny so it's only like 2 or 3 hits instead of like 6 or 7 or 8.
Yeah, maybe if he's laughing, he can't swing as hard. That was always my philosophy. And also, they knocked some sense into me, I guess. I guess that's the thing that came from it, from getting beat for my whole life.
Thank you?
Yeah. No, fuck you. But still, thank you, I guess.
Yeah.
But, I'm glad you're here, dude. I've been wanting to get you in here for a while.
Yeah.
By in here, I mean inside this button-up shirt with me.
Yes,
and,
sir.
Dude, I'll fucking make a calendar of all the different visions of... All right, I'm sorry. I can't help it. We'll be back in. Let's move on. I think Jason has some questions for you. Do you have any questions for Jorge Cortez?
Yes, I do. So...
Sure.
if you won the lottery, what would not change about you?
Oh, man, I really think that's an unfair question to ask. Because if I win the lottery, I think there's going to be a lot of changes.
But what would
not change?
A lot of silence.
Contrary to...
I see a full 180 happening here, probably.
I completely changed. Fuck all of you. I'm done.
Look, contrary to popular belief, I would like to think that I would still maintain my big heart. You know what I mean? There's people that I care about that people don't know about. You know what I mean? And if I could do anything for those people, that would mean a lot to me. So,
That's good to know because you brought food today, but if you win the lottery, bring a check.
No, for sure.
Bring cash.
Yeah.
My account's negative. Bring cash.
No, for sure. You know what I mean? It's just like.
That's a little bit of a deep question, isn't it? What
it's a super deep. It's a super, and it's like a very altruistic question too, because it's like, are you going to be, true of heart? Like, do you really feel this way, or do you not feel this way? And it's just like, I feel like in too much over explanation, you lose the sincerity of the answer.
I agree.
Because it's just like, okay, we get the point, like, yes or no, essentially. Like, are you going to be philanthropic or are you going to be selfish?
Yeah.
That's the question as I interpret it.
What's philanthropic?
Means that you're going to be giving, you're going to be charitable.
Like a philanthropist, right?
Yeah.
You help people start businesses, you'll invest in them.
You can invest in communities. Philanthropy can happen on any level. It's just like the act of giving with the intent to pay it forward.
Is that like the weed I gave you earlier, pretty much?
That was philanthropic. Exactly.
I'm a big word I just learned.
Yeah, but it's just like, that's like the culture that I grew up around in El Paso and stuff. So it's just like, that's how communities were built and sustained and shit. It's like people kind of looking out for each other. So.
Well, people have to depend on each other, and people have to deliver for each other because it's not going to just happen mysteriously, magically out of nowhere.
No, it's our own actions, and it's trying to do them in real time. And it's not about like giving your ass away. You just do what you can help people with.
I was expecting you to just say you're still going to smoke weed.
Oh, fuck. I don't want to really be talking about that. But like,
he'll start smoking crack.
But truthfully, dude, I'm going to fucking...
Dude, you get that much money, let me make you some crack. I'm just saying, it is the rich
We are going to the next level. Yeah.
It is the rich man's drug of choice. Drake's a 0 to 100 real quick. This is 0 to a million, fucking instantly.
What do you think wouldn't change with you, Mike?
With me, see, I've thought about like what would happen if I won the lottery. And first, like before I answer, I want to say like I used to think like especially when I first started comedy, or like not when I first started, but when I first started getting good, like at getting gigs. Not saying I'm good now because I'm shit, but like when I first started getting gigs, I was like, what if I won the lottery? I don't think I'd be good at comedy anymore. I wouldn't be relatable. But then I realized I'm a scumbag, and I'm just gonna do scummy things with the money, like buy a fleet of jet skis for a bunch of strippers, or buy a strip club, or just dumb shit. I'd probably get myself killed being an idiot. But for me, I think I'd still be me. I'd still be obnoxious. I'd still get on my own nerves. I would get a bigger dick, that's for sure, because I'm going to buy one.
I would too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a grower or a shower anymore. I'd be hanging out all day like Matthew McConaughey. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, my dick's out there like all 9 inches.
There you go.
But I think I would still be me at my core. Like, money's going to change you. And like, I've been through periods of my life. I've done everything from I've lived in a Ford Taurus and I've ridden in a Maybach. So, I mean, I know money's going to change me, and I hope it does, because I fucking suck. So, I want a bunch of money. And, like, I would give money, like, to my family and stuff. I would give them money, but I would also, like, I would make a chart, and how much money they get, how big their check is by how much I like them or how much I think they deserve. So, like, a lot of my family's real supportive now that I'm doing comedy. They don't pick on me as much, which I don't like. I'd rather them pick on. I have a couple uncles that do, but I'd give them all different amounts. Like my mom would get a house and like anything she needed to live on, and just whatever she needed. But my dad would get like a new boat, but with a big hole in it. So it's pretty useless. I pretty much would just waste the money on something he would know I wasted it on.
Just to give him the headache of having to fix it.
Yeah. And then I'd keep coming over and putting another hole in it. But,
well, you got a lot of free time at that point now.
Yeah, exactly. I probably would do long, elaborate pranks like that, like spend a bunch of money doing just outlandish stuff. I'm very financially responsible. I got an entire shoe rack, but I haven't paid rent since the pandemic started. So, and the shoe rack is full with a box of shoes in the garage. Yeah, I got a bunch of hats. Like, I'll buy shoes before I pay rent. And I know that's ignorant, but I want shoes.
That's ignorant as fuck, bro.
Hey, but they dropped today, though.
But these yellow Jordans, I got to have these. They'll go with the one shirt I have that has a speck of yellow on it.
It's for the gram.
Yeah.
My man, Mikey Business is living life.
Mikey Business?
And if you want to hate on
Mikey Bizzle.
Hate on him. If you want to hate on him, hate on him. But he's doing business, baby.
You don't have to hate on me. You can just hate me. That's fine. I know how you feel.
You're used to it either way.
Yeah. I'm like a cockroach. My punishment will be for me to punish my body for my whole life and look like this, but it still live longer than everybody. And I'm just like, why? I don't want to be here.
You will be that one.
Yeah.
You're going to live to be 99.
Yeah, it's fucking.
You heard it
stupid.
here.
It's
99
so
for Mikey B.
Yeah, well, I'll do a podcast that day, and it won't matter because the world's already moved on from podcasts.
This is what's going to happen. He's going to win the lottery, and he's going to make the changes to himself that he can afford.
Dude, I'll just buy new lungs, and whenever I ruin those, I'll buy 2 more new lungs.
Just cryogenically store your head like Walt Disney and come back later.
Like that shit, like that movie Repo, where they had like the body parts you could buy, like organs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they finance it. That should be a real thing, because I'd definitely start a payment plan on some new lungs, dude. I'm out of breath right now.
Well, that kind of leads into another question here that I was going to follow up with.
I'm glad you got another question, because I felt like I was dying there.
No. That's good. So if you had to be haunted by a ghost for the rest of your life,
Oh shit.
but you can choose who the dead person is, who would you choose as your ghost?
I have one that I didn't choose, but I'm not upset about. That does haunt me.
Okay.
My sister that passed, Jennifer. I miss her, and we would argue, but we were also really close. She was very supportive, but she definitely haunts me. She moves my shit around. She told me on her deathbed that she was gonna haunt me. She was funny. Like, my sister Jennifer was funny. Not as funny as me, but she thought she was. But
It was in the family somewhere too.
yeah, it was looking for the right person.
It's peppered in.
But she was super supportive, but she moves stuff around sometimes. And like the other day, I was laying, like literally 2 nights ago, I'm laying in bed, I'm laying there like a fucking, like a broke boss with just like my little bit of weed, and I'm smoking the bowl, and I'm watching TV, just relaxing, you know. And I just hear like a cup, and I'm like, what the? It's been there for days. Like, I haven't moved this cup. And I look over, and it moves when I look at it, like falls off the shelf it was on. It wasn't even like near the edge last time I saw it. But she does stuff like that. Me and my ex had, like, after she passed, me and my ex that I lived with at the time had a Christmas decoration, which was like a 2 foot tall or 3 foot tall Snoopy, you know, like Snoopy Dog. And my sister loved Snoopy. And that thing was in our pantry under the stairs. And we lived in a townhome. And it kept falling over. And I kept going in there, standing it back up and leaning stuff against it. And like every few days, like for the first few months after she passed, that thing, we'd hear it in there. We'd be watching TV and we'd hear it just fall over. And I don't know, maybe it's not her, but I'm pretty sure it was.
So you would choose it to be her, and you believe it is her that's haunting you also?
I mean, I'm not mad. I don't know, like if I had the option to choose, I don't think I would choose her. Not that I don't love her or anything. I don't know. I'd probably pick someone that I didn't know. That I'm like Jimi Hendrix, like, hey, look at this shit, bro, or something like that.
So that's your answer, Jimi Hendrix? No, that was the question. Like, who would you choose?
Oh yeah, I just got self-indulgent there and just talked for a while.
Your sister was a great person too. R.I.P. Definitely.
Now that I have her though, I wouldn't change it. So yeah, I'll pick her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm gonna try to not answer like Miss America though on the first question.
No, that's fine.
Damn. That's crazy because like
there's history. There's
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, I mean it can be anyone
Hitler.
from time.
They should make Hitler watch me.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to say anybody in my family or friends or someone that I was close to because I hope that they passed on into heaven.
Well, you still have to masturbate. You have to masturbate
so
also.
I was just gonna say.
You don't want them to watch you.
But I was just sitting there thinking like, my sister watches me masturbate. I want to change my answer now. Like I feel like I'm punishing her.
I'm sorry. Yeah. But you know, like maybe it could be someone like useful that can be kind of like remember in How High?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With Method Man and Redman and their homie was the ghost and shit that they would smoke and
right?
Yeah.
Study high, take the test high, get high scores.
Yeah, and he was their kind of
ivory.
Yeah. So. Richard Pryor. I would like to be haunted by Richard Pryor.
Ooh, that's a really fucking good one. I'd pick Carlin just so I could be more white than you.
Fuck yeah.
No, Richard Pryor. I love Richard Pryor. Like, I'm a huge Richard Pryor, Carlin. I love all that. Are you communicating with this ghost? Let me ask you that.
That's
Jason.
A good question.
Are they communicating with us, or we just know that they're following us? Like, we can't communicate back and forth.
No, I mean, we can make our own rules from here. But yeah, no, if you're being haunted by this ghost, you're knowingly and having communication with this ghost possibly. Yeah, so why not?
This sounds like a Ryan Reynolds movie.
Why not? What's funny is if you died before me, I would choose you. Mike.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, I would. So that you have to watch me masturbate.
Yeah.
And also, no, not just because of that, but
not just because, but it's a reason.
That is a reason. Because I know you're down to fucking. I don't have to explain myself like with another ghost. Like, hey, I want to do some fucked up shit. Like, so give me the inside scoop on shit. Yeah. I know you will. I know you will do that. You know.
So I'm still working.
Would you call him a homo as you're masturbating?
Oh, I would try to make eye contact as much as possible too, because it's a ghost. I mean, you know.
Well, since I'm a ghost, I'll just transform into your grandma. I'll just take another form.
You might not have that power.
Yeah, well, I'm making a bone rules here, and I do have that power. I might just be Abraham Lincoln the whole time.
Touche.
Top hat and all. I choose you guys. I'm going to kill you after this podcast.
By the way,
welcome to my cabin in the woods.
I've got a fun one here. How about just right now, just off the cuff, okay? It doesn't take too much thought. If your life was made into a movie, which actor would play you? Boom.
Jonah Hill. Fat Jonah Hill.
Lawrence Fishburne.
There you go.
I don't know.
Was it Lawrence or Larry Fishburne? Because there's two different dudes.
No, I said Lawrence Fishburne, but now I want Larry Bird to play my
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird. The whitest guy with the shortest shorts and the brownest guy with the longest one.
Short as fuck, too. It would be so fucking funny, bro.
That's probably exactly how Hollywood would do it. So they'd be like, all right, let's change it just a little bit here. Okay.
Let's make him someone else, too. This guy sucks.
And we'll just use part of your story.
Yeah. Who would you pick? Who would you pick?
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds?
Because you said him just a moment ago.
Ryan Reynolds.
No, before that, I'll go Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary. Oh, I fucking hate Dennis Leary.
Everybody hates me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I know. That's perfect, actually, for you. Dennis Leary, you fucking Ford commercial of a human. A new Ford can pull your life back together. No, it can't, Dennis. Fuck off.
Yeah. I think you got me confused there with the guy from Blade. Let's all be adults.
No,
that's what it sounded like.
That's Steven Dorff.
Yeah.
That's from the Blue commercials. Let's be adults about this. Smoking doesn't have to be a thing.
For the 3 listeners listening, you tell me, did the same voice apply just a moment ago or not? Okay.
It's the same voice.
Write it on the Twitter.
I use that for everybody. I make the sandwich in my mouth. It's the same. I have one dimensional. I got one voice. That's my mouth.
What's my voice in your head? Yeah.
No.
Your voice in my head is, man, I just did this. Or something like that. No, I know you got a voice for me. You got a voice.
I can't do that. It's your voice. Like,
it's not naggy, kind of?
Oh, it's very naggy. Okay. Like I said, it's your voice.
Okay.
No, it's you pretty much bitching at me like, fucking idiot. Why'd you do that?
Okay.
Or something like that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Like I said, when I see my allergy medicine I'm supposed to take every day on the counter, and I'm just laying there doing nothing, I hear your voice in my mind like, guess it won't work for the next few days since you skipped a day, idiot. And I was like, fuck you, Jason, I take my medicine.
And that's why when I do message you or something, you might have a little attitude with me or something. You're like already pissed at me from something earlier I wasn't there for.
And I can't read the context in the text message. Sometimes you send me a message, I was like, you being a fucking asshole right now? What the fuck is this? What's going on? And then he's just like, yeah, man, that was really cool. I'm like, oh, okay.
I thought you were being cynical, you bastard.
I thought you were being a prick. Did you have any other questions for Jorge, or what do you got?
Yeah, looking good on time. So, would you rather know how you'll die or when you'll die?
Holy shit. I already know how I'll die. Well, not really.
The floor is yours.
No, you already said it. You got to make up something now.
Well,
you choose it.
I think like if I become like terminally ill in any way, then like I would just live the rest of my life the way I can, and when it came time, I would kill myself.
Okay, so you would rather know how you will die rather than when you will die.
Yeah.
Man, that's a tough one. Because I feel like if I know
crazy.
how I'll die, I can kind of tell when I'm going to die. Because it's like, oh, you're going to die being eaten by sharks. Then I'll never get in the fucking ocean. And I'll live forever.
But what if it's like a thing that's like you focus on so hard because it's such an everyday thing that might happen that you waste your whole life looking for that to happen, and then it happens further down the road.
Man.
I don't know. I feel like I'm wasting my life either way. I just devoted 5 years to something that crumbled and disappeared out from under my feet.
I think I'd want to know how rather than when.
It's Yeah, I think I'd rather know how, because if I know when,
Yeah.
I don't want to fixate on that, but I think I would go the opposite way, and I think I would still live life so full. So like, I know when I'm gonna die. I only have this much time. I'm not wasting any fucking time with you people.
So that if it's like you're dying on like a skydiving trip and you're going skydiving and everyone, you're like, this is either the time or it's not, and then it doesn't, and then you do it again for fun. You're like, this might be the time and it might not.
And then I'm addicted to skydiving.
All of a sudden, and then when you have a major love and passion for it, and you're really doing something in the world over it, you die.
Heart attack in the air.
Boom.
How was meant to die
while you were skydiving.
Yeah.
And then in the documentary, it's like, this was a routine skydive for Mikey.
This is literally the trip he took the most time. He
clocked hundreds of hours on this.
He's done this trip 17,583 times.
And that'll pair into like someone from Mikey's life. Mikey was so diligent about packing his gear, he never missed it.
There's something afoot here. We know there's something afoot.
And they find out I choked on a grilled cheese on the way down.
And then they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay.
I feel like I'm definitely going to die from like a heart attack or something like that. 'Cause I treat this body bad.
I got one more interesting question.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Question, not sex.
Yeah, no, of course. So if you found out what would be one of the first few things that you would try if you found out that you were completely impervious to pain?
Man.
Now, I didn't say you're impervious to death, so you can still do something fucked up that'll still kill you. You can't say, hey, I'll jump out of a fucking helicopter and slam on the ground. No,
that changes
you'll
things.
still
Because I
die.
would have jumped off a building.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
If I was gonna die.
But if you're completely impervious to physical harm, but you will still die, what would you do?
I'd fucking fist fight the biggest dude I saw. You're the biggest dude I've ever seen, so I'd fight you.
There's bigger.
No, I'd probably definitely shoot off at the mouth some, like at a bar, like get into a bar fight with someone.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten into fights with strangers before, like actual fist fights, but I've never just like came in. It was always like they were pushing the issue and I try to talk my way out of it, and it gets to that point where you know what's going to happen. You got to swing. You got to be the first one to swing. I'm not always the first one to swing, but you try to be. But I would definitely talk shit to some big dude or somebody with like a hot girl and be like, what's up, pussy? Or something like that. Just sit down. What's up, puss?
And just let them just sock you in the face like 6, 7, 8 times, and it's just
one time.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to be disrespected. I still like mafia shit.
Well, wouldn't that be kind of cool after the fact if they're like, man, that dude just stood there and his face was like a piece of iron, man. He just took those punches like they were nothing.
I think I would even like go order just a cranberry juice and set it on his table and be like, there for your period, pussy. And then that'll punch me a couple times.
What would you do?
Shit. I would definitely lean on fighting people. Fighting someone, like picking some fights. I've always romanticized fighting and just beating people up, and but always just been too much of a pussy to do it. And then if I'm impervious to pain, I would start real low. I would just fight some real weak people, just kind of get my timing down.
Builders.
Yeah.
For sure.
See what the extent of your power here is.
Yeah.
I'll get a couple softballs before you swing at a fast one.
Take a few softballs. Learn the game, And then if like any damage is affected, maybe get on steroids or something. I don't know, or kind of zhuzh it up. Like, give yourself another fake superhero.
Zhuzh.
Zhuzh it up.
I would do one of the first things I would do like a full body tattoo or just get a bunch of tattoos.
That's actually cool. That was better.
Because I like tattoos and I want to get more, but I hate when people are like, "Do that hurt?" And like, I hate when I watch other people get asked that. They're like, "Oh, do those tattoos hurt?" And they're like, "No, feels good." You fucking idiot! No, it doesn't. It fucking burns.
No, it never
hurts.
It never feels good,
dude. All the tattoos I got, even just this small one on my wrist, it was excruciating. The one I got on my other wrist recently, the last one, this chick had a fucking heavy hand and it hurt. The guy who did these birds that I fucking hate, when he did one right in the crease of my elbow, and I literally, a tear, like I had to suck a tear back up into my eye. And when this big biker dude, bald headed, and I was like, I don't want him to see me cry, but this fucking hurts really.
Because he's not going to feel for you at all.
Yeah, no, he was digging in too.
It was my boy at heart.
Yeah, yeah, that's what he talked like. He sounded like Whistler, Whistler from Blade.
Vampire.
Yeah, vampire. One night a stranger came a calling. Vampire.
I'm looking for new stuff to watch all the time. What are you streaming? What are you watching?
I don't really like stream it at all.
What are you watching that just keeps you entertained, even if it's
TV?
TV?
On like YouTube, I watch a lot of cooking videos.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the Bon Appetit series in the Test Kitchen.
Very nice.
So just gay porn, right? That's what you're saying.
Gay porn.
Which is okay if you're into that. That's
No,
fine.
I like Bon Appetit, and I like a lot of the videos and content they share. I like a lot of Ramsay's and Kitchen Nightmares and things like that. And
Yeah, there's there's the reality side of cooking television, then there's like the more cooking like instructional side, and it's like definitely you know, I lean more to that. Like it's fun, like the reality side, but it gets a little old. Like okay, he's yelling at that person again, and it's like
I do like.
He's a genius though.
Sure.
Breaking people down.
Yeah, I didn't like his original show, but the newer one he's doing, where he shows up in a disguise and checks these places out, and then he helps them fix the place. Have you guys seen that one? I think it's on Fox.
yeah, I forget the name, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like Gordon Ramsay's kitchen makeover. So I don't know. We kiss guys, whatever. I don't know what to call it. But there's this one episode where he goes to this cafe in New Orleans and he dresses like a jazz musician. He has like a trumpet case with him and he's got this long Fu Manchu goatee going on and he's got his little fedora and like you couldn't tell it was him. And he's sitting there eating and talking shit about the food and he opens his trumpet case and it's just like all his utensils and stuff he needs to like judge this place. And I don't know. It was just so funny watching him dress up and go in disguise to these places. Yeah.
I look up all the restaurants usually on the ones that they restaurant rescue or anything like that or stuff like that. Yeah. And 90% of them are out of business.
Yeah. No, it's TV.
Yeah.
It's like when I did that one reality show where they paired me up with a wife and we argued on camera.
Yeah.
And they had me bid on the house. None of it was real. The people who actually bought the house, finger quotes on the episode, was a lesbian and a gay guy who were just friends who showed up to film together.
Yeah.
And they paired them up as husband and wife. And they were supposedly the ones that bought. Nobody bought the fucking house.
Nobody bought a house there.
Nobody bought anything. All that was bought there was some bullshit that we sold to the American viewers. That's it. And they probably don't even buy it.
There's a lot of boring, like trash TV out there. It's like, you know, I think the good shit is like where the shows are written and stuff. I have been watching a lot of Curb Your Enthusiasm clips on YouTube.
Nice.
I don't have the patience to sit through an entire television show or binge watch shit because it's just like I'm too antsy, man. Like I can't lay down.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
No, completely understand.
And I did that. Like I was into Netflix and shit like for a hot ass minute.
What were you like last watching when like Sopranos and Weeds and all that was new? Or
I've seen like Breaking Bad. I watched Cheers, like all of it. Cause
very similar
my
shows.
brother suggested it.
well, that's why TV got ruined for you. Look, you watch Cheers.
You watch fucking Cheers.
Cheers goes hard, bro.
It used to, dude. I can't do it anymore,
listen,
man.
Sam was actually my idol growing up. I wanted to drive a Corvette like him. I wanted to drive a Corvette like him, have a members only jacket, have that cool hair, own a bar. Yeah.
I liked Woody Harrelson on that show. That was my favorite. That or what was the male guy's name?
Cliff
Clavin.
Motherfucker, yeah.
Fucking Cliff.
Norm!
Yeah.
Norm. That guy. Yeah.
Like dude, Norm?
You're
Come
in my
on, bro.
seat.
Yeah. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
And then the fucking waitress.
Rhea Perlman. That's Danny DeVito's wife.
Yeah.
Dude.
He proposed to her by saying, "It's me and nothing else." I think that was a Family Guy skit. And she's like, oh, okay, I don't know, Danny. See, same voice for her and him.
For everyone.
Kind of worked, though.
That's what everyone sounds like to me.
Wow.
Yeah. I want to go back to one of the questions you said. You asked us if we were impervious to pain but could still die. What if we flipped that? What if you were impervious to death but everything hurts just a little more than normal?
Ooh.
Would you do? Would you jump off a building? What would you do crazy?
Well, considering that, yeah, if you jump off a building and it would hurt a little bit more than normal, that's smashing all of your bones in your body. So it would hurt a little bit more than that?
It would hurt, but you don't have to go through the recovery. You're like Wolverine, like you don't actually break the bones, but it feels like you do.
Okay, so you don't have to like roll around like a bag of jelly with broken bones inside you.
For a couple seconds for my amusement, but after that, you're fine. You get up.
That's pretty good. You know, I would probably, it has to do with heights for me personally. I mean, I would probably something like dive out of a plane, just dive out of a plane. And
dude, yeah. I'd dive out of a plane, or I'd climb the Golden Gate Bridge, or I'd have a helicopter take me up there. I'm not going to fly.
Honestly,
but I would jump off into the water or something crazy like that.
I would use it to fuck more women.
Just impress bitches and shit. Just be like, hey, watch this. Shoot a gun in your head.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
What do you think about
hey, will you fuck me after if I live? If I shoot myself in the head, we can hook up? All right, bang.
No,
I'm still here.
I try to have something slick to say. I try to have something slick to say, like, baby, you drive me crazy. Then blow my brains out. They're like, so what's up? I killed myself. Like, it's whatever, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Would you do anything crazy? What would you? Like I know you.
I would do basic ass shit. I would like light my hand on fire and be like, baby, you're hotter than this. And then I'd like take a step back from her or some shit.
She'd be like, that's the line you came up with? You can set yourself on fire, but you can't think of a better line?
Damn, I wouldn't have a good line. Wait, we can't die, right? We can't die. We can't die, right?
No.
Oh yeah, I'd kill myself, I guess.
Maybe jump in front of a train.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a good one.
I would do like that's what I would do.
How about we visited something like this a few weeks ago? What about throwing yourself in an airplane propeller?
Oh, yeah.
And then coming back.
And then you're back alive.
Yo, I would spin like in a circle and then slice my neck open.
Ooh.
He's smiling so much he's thought about this.
And then just like come back to life and be like, what's up, bitch?
What about a guillotine?
Firing squad. When you first asked the question, when I found out I could die, I abandoned it. But firing squad.
So it could just happen.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
It hurts.
Just like that. Thanks, guys.
They still got to dig the bullets out of you, and that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
But
you're not going to die.
But you're fine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Struck by lightning.
That would suck. That fries your insides.
Still live.
Yeah. You fucking smell like a chicken gizzard for a couple of weeks.
Oh, I would do this with like 9 different women. I would like fall in love with them and shit, and then like stage a fight where it looks like I got killed and then disappear.
Would you just run the scam concurrently, or would you do it?
Yeah, and then look, and then I'd re-enter their life and be like, I came back to life.
Each time.
Like, fuck you! You cheated on me.
No,
shit.
No, you saw me. You saw me in the ambulance. You saw me. I was dead.
Yeah, I wish you would have stayed that way. You cheating hussy.
Till death do us part.
Yeah, you fucking hussy.
I mean,
you tramp.
Yeah.
I just want to use old timey words.
Yeah, it would be honestly, it wouldn't make me a better person. I'll tell you that.
Nothing would make you a better person.
Nothing would.
And that's why none of these things are real.
Yeah.
So let's do the open mic. Do you have any more questions?
No, we're good.
All right, so we'll do the open mic portion. We'll move on. For this, Jorge has a topic for me that I don't know. He's going to give me in a second, and I have a topic for him. Try to riff jokes on it. If you have a story or something that you think, try to be funny. Try to make something funny.
For sure.
Don't try too hard, but don't use any material you usually do.
Okay.
And then after that, if you have a new joke or two or something you want to riff, we'll do that. But first, we'll do each other's topics.
Yeah.
You're the guest. You get to choose. You want to give me my topic first, or do you want yours?
I want to give you yours first so I don't forget it.
Okay.
If that's okay. My topic to you is how much lottery money do you need to get a horse cock?
To get what?
To get a horse cock.
To get a horse cock? See, I don't want something that's not useful like those titties that are double G's. And you got a dick that big. It's like have you ever actually seen one of the donkey shows?
No.
It's not what you think. It's not fun. And you just feel bad for her the whole time. It's too much. It's too much, you know? You overload your senses with that. It's too much cock.
So where's your perfect place, I guess? I don't know.
Like perfect what? Like perfect size penis? Is that what you're asking me?
No, because you made a joke about buying one.
Oh, buying one?
Because when we're talking about the lottery. So
I mean, I don't know. I
off of that thought, to you is to carry it on, just in a completely hypothetical sense.
Like, what would you do funny?
Like how much?
What would you do funny with your big dick, Mike? What's the big dick adventures you would go have, and what extents would you go to?
No, but there's different lottery amounts that you can win. Like.
Oh yeah, I get you. Okay, so you might win like a small lottery, like $1 million. So you might just go get like
I'll add an inch per million. Yeah, because I don't know how expensive this is gonna be. Because what do they do? Do they take some? Do they do like they do with girls' lips and take some of my butt and put it on my dick? No, just fuck myself. Wow. It's so stupid. They put your butt on your dick. It's like, dude, bro, that's not cool. Like, you want more dick or not? It's like, bro, I'm running out of ass, but I'm running more dick here. That's an overload. I guess it's supposed to be that way, but I already don't have an ass. So where would they take the skin? I mean, if they took it from my stomach, it'd just be a big flaccid penis, right? I mean,
what if it was like fucking?
I know there's no actual bone in there, but it's just blood. But
what if it was stem cell generated or something? You know?
Then now you got a big old baby dick. It's a stem cell penis. You got a big old baby dick. My dick is made of babies. Now suck on it. That's.
Baby. Yeah.
Okay.
Get some of this baby dick. What was the question you were starting to ask me, Senator? What would I do with a big old horse dick like that?
Yeah.
Like if I had one that hung, it was like say 14 inches or so.
Sure.
Man, I'd definitely slap women. I'd end up in jail real fast.
You slap people with your dick or
I'd
just with your
slap-
hand or what?
Well, no, like I would show it to women. I'd be like, hey, like, look, it's illegal for me to not show it to you. It's so big.
I think you would find yourself in jail within the first 24 hours of having your
within
big
the
dick.
first like
Definitely.
10 minutes, I'd
Yeah.
walk outside and cost somebody, and I'd be arrested because I can't run with this big old fucking dick. And then the officer's just gonna be impressed, and he's gonna be like, you know what? Go on home, you scamp. Get out of here.
You just got to go straight to porn. You have to go straight to porn if you have a dick like that.
Yeah, I have to leave the doctor's office and go straight to casting couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your calling if that's the case.
Yeah. But I would definitely like if I was dating a girl and I had a big old dick like that, I'd lay it across her neck while she was sleeping like a cobra. I'd be like, hey, wake up! There's a snake on you.
That's just young cock.
I'd slap her with it. Yeah, I'd still probably end up in jail even if I'm dating this girl.
No, either way, yeah, you're ending up in jail. Mike wants to show. He'd want to show his dick off everywhere, definitely.
Yeah.
And that
I mean, I wouldn't want to. I feel like I'd have to. Look at this fucking
it's your
thing.
obligation.
Yeah, look at this fucking thing. Like truthfully, like I don't want like a big old honker like that. I don't want something that's not useful. You know, like double G titties are just it's too much titty.
Yeah.
And then that's fine. Like I love big titties, but
Well, typically look at the size of a woman that's wearing a double G titty brand, though, too. I mean, like, size.
You gotta.
That's a big old.
But what about those ladies that get like the implants? And then they're already thick, which is fine, but they get those implants, and it's those big old. Those are bazooms right there, right?
Yeah.
Those are gazongas.
That
Those
shit
are like
looks dumb.
Zeppelins. It's too much. Like, and honestly, I don't have to have really big titties. Like I have big titties, but like on a girl, like I like all shapes and sizes of titties.
So do I.
Yeah.
So do I.
Life's a buffet, man. Suck on the different flavors.
There we go. So that was obviously not a good topic.
That was good. It was better than some of the ones I've had before.
Okay. Well,
There we go.
We got a couple laughs out of it.
You got into interesting points. Okay, cool.
So there we go.
So
That was a good example of how to conduct yourself now.
Yeah, I mean, just riff on it. You know, I mean, just do what you can with it. See if you can spin it in a circle that works for you. I guess.
beautiful. Okay.
But I think I got a good one for you here. We've had some weird conversations, but what about weird sex requests or things said during sex, either from you or to you?
Oh man.
Like, has anybody ever requested anything weird positions, or has anybody said anything weird, like you fuck like my grandpa, or I don't know.
Family and friends won't be listening.
I mean, like, I'm gonna just be talking about my own actions.
Wait, you're not throwing anyone under the bus? That's respectable.
Well,
We
you can say
understand.
you don't have to name
I
names.
ask like pretty much every woman that I sleep with, like, if I can like fucking fuck them in their ass, because I'm like, let's just get this right out of the way. Yes or no?
What
No.
boundary is there?
All right, cool. Like that's
Apparently none with him.
like it's like I'm just like, because it's like if it's something that like I fetishize, like I don't want to just like let my fucking horniness take over and then just like start fucking doing things that are inappropriate. So I ask fucking really invasive questions to my sex partners.
Like a detective.
Pretty much.
I kind of do too.
Well, you kind of have a right to.
Yeah, and they ask me the same. You know what I mean? And I'm very open, so it's not like it's just one-sided. But
Yeah, not with me. I tell you nothing, but you tell me everything.
I haven't been ballsy enough to like ever ask a woman for a threesome or something. Like I've talked to like them about it, but it's like,
have you ever had one?
No,
No.
I had an almost threesome, but it was bad.
Yeah. You think you'd be up for it, or are you a little intimidated by the idea?
Through that last experience, and then I had an offer to get involved in a cuckold situation. I don't know if it's really like my forte, like, or it's just like I need to be with the right type of people, but there's a lot of moving parts. Like I was on.
Yeah, you need to settle down and find a couple special ladies. Right?
For me, it's gotta be 2 women, and it's only gonna be 2 women.
Yeah, getting in the cuckold, that's all like, very like voyeur and in someone's face.
It's like mind shit, though.
That's
It's
like,
it's like just that mindset of like if you're being cuckolded, I wouldn't like that. Like
It's
that would be
considered a
torture
fetish.
for me.
It's
Yeah,
considered a
I couldn't
fetish.
do
It
it.
is a fetish.
Yeah.
I've never had a threesome. I've always wanted to, of course. But I can never find another guy that's down.
So
that's a joke. But I've always wanted to, but I'm a little intimidated because I want to please both women. You know, I want them to enjoy. I get off on them getting off, and if like one's not enjoying it or both probably wouldn't enjoy it, then I'm like, I'd rather just fuck one.
Well, it sounds like we're all of the consensus that we only want to be the only guy at our threesomes.
Yeah.
Respectably in our mind.
Yeah.
For comfortability.
Which is fine if you're into something else. I mean, to each their own. That's just not my thing. Like Jorge said, that's not my forte. That was so fucking cool when you said that, man.
Thank you. And honestly, like I've seen enough dicks to not be like fucking thrown off by seeing a dick. I'll say that. You know what I mean?
You go to the gym, right?
Well, it's not just like you live life. You play sports. You know what I mean? Like I worked at the swimming pool. My grandfather was a first sergeant in the Army, so like he would take us on base, and all the men in those showers would shower naked.
Why were they taking children to shower with soldiers?
Well, because
that's not cool, man.
Look, we would be going. Look,
it's this man's army.
I feel like this part of the memory that you're blocking out.
And
I'm glad. Like, good for you, man. But.
Now, was the name of your grandfather's bathroom at his house? That was the base?
No, bro.
I'm joking.
Did he make you?
I was too much of an underachiever for my grandfather to ever want to molest. So
no, yeah.
If he was going to, like, first of all, too much of a disappointment, too fat. Like,
yeah, somebody asked me.
It would have been my brother or my sister. Definitely not me.
If somebody asked your grandpa, you'd be like, "What? Molest this fucking loser? No thanks.
No, there's other kids I can do that.
This kid's got nothing going on.
Yeah, it would have been probably my cousins.
That was actually pretty funny right there.
Yeah,
pretty funny.
But I have to ask, did he make you an honorary member and called you private parts?
No, but he would say shit like.
I tried really hard to put that.
He would say shit like. First of all, let me just explain why. Okay, it's the custom. My grandfather's trying to teach us to not be ashamed of our bodies, and then also like he's just teaching us about how to be men, and because my dad never would talk to us about like hygiene or grooming. It's super invasive. It's really uncomfortable. It's super awkward. But my grandfather basically said, "Wash your dick, wash your ass. When you get in and out of this pool, you need to clean yourself up and you need to dry yourself off because that's just swimming etiquette. When you swim, the chlorine, when you fucking swim on a pretty regular basis, it fucks your skin up. You know, so you got to be showering it off. And then as good pool etiquette, you're supposed to shower before you get in. So you take all your lotion, sweat off. So when you get into the fucking pool, you're not throwing off the chemical balance.
But most people don't do that.
Most people don't do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like,
just so you guys know, Jorge is crying and masturbating as he tells this.
Yeah, for sure. But the thing is, like, that was a nice pool on base in El Paso, and so like that.
You want to keep it nice.
Well, that's the standard, and if people catch you not doing it, they're gonna say some shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but it was super embarrassing, dude, because you'd be like, "Okay, come on, wait, you're not gonna take your shorts off?"
Is that really how he talked? Like
kind of a little high. We go, come on.
That's
the
way I thought he was.
It would undulate, of course. You know what I mean? Like, be like, come on, Javi, Jorge, you're not going to take your shorts off.
You know, fucking turned on over here.
No, but he's like, gotta wash your culito. Like, he'd shame us. He's like, wash your culito, like, wash your ass.
Yeah.
Wash your stinking little ass.
Now go show him to Sergeant Johnson. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
Poor taste. Yeah.
My grandfather had a bat in his car, and he called it the equalizer.
The equalizer?
There were never any problems like that. People would disappear, dude, when they would disrespect his daughter's brother.
Well, I'm glad he's dead.
Well, I mean, that's good that he was.
He definitely cracked me with this one.
It's good he was making that point though too. I mean,
I feel I could joke with that.
I feel like not enough people would probably like want to comfortably tell a kid, hey, you know, wash your ass and wash your balls.
It's hard
to uncomfortable. Yeah.
It's got to be uncomfortable for both parties to be like, wash the hole.
I mean,
well, here's the thing. My
pull
grandfather
it back and
thought,
wash under the.
No, I mean, totally. I mean, I have no problem, especially. I mean, if you're like, a caretaker or raising someone or helping someone, or I've helped enough drunk friends that were all fucked up. You know, what I mean? And it's like, hey man, all right, wash your ass.
Yeah.
All right, now wash your balls. We're not going to talk about this tomorrow. All right, come on. All right, go. Done. Rinse. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, and every time I'm like, why are you in my house? I'm not drunk, Jason.
You're the friend.
Yeah, leave me alone, dude. He's like, no, get that going. But the only way you can tell a kid, like, without being too weird about it, I think, is to be like, if it builds gunk, scrape it out.
Yeah, for sure. But I'll say this.
Like bondoing a car.
I'll say this to something that you were kind of joking at, and I got a little sensitive and I shouldn't have. But it's like kind of like a sexual awakening type experience because you're seeing other people naked and they're men, and it's just as fucking weird. Because you see all these different dicks, and you look at your dick, and you fucking compare that shit, and it's weird. And then like all these different people have different dicks. And none of them seem to give a fuck
Today we learn shapes, children. Look at this.
Yeah. And dude, I saw my grandpa's dick and just like him fucking like really quickly just like washing himself off, and then he did his dick and it'd flop.
I'm sorry.
And then bro, he'd be like, "Watch your culito."
Dude, we gotta make a cartoon out of this.
Yeah.
That's the name of the episode. Wash your culito.
I know your body.
Yeah, and then but here's the thing: we would refuse to do it. We did it one time because he just broke us down from guilt tripping us, and then after that we didn't do it again. And we always did it in shorts, and he was just like so fucking embarrassed that we were pussies. He never said it.
I didn't mean to be disrespectful. I'm sorry. And
No,
I'm
you're
glad
good,
you're
you're good,
sensitive
you're
because I felt I was supposed to.
I'm overly sensitive.
And I'm saying this in advance because I'm sorry. It sounds like your grandpa took you to a big water orgy when you were a kid.
Well, the thing is, it would have been if we were down, but we weren't.
Yeah.
My brother and I were like, nah.
Ain't happening.
I'm gonna go get some Cheetos, Grandpa. You just finish up here. We'll meet you in the car. We'll go fishing tomorrow. No, I'm gonna stay home. No, we're good.
Yeah, and then sometimes you see your grandpa or your dad's dick when they're shitting, and you accidentally walk in to take a shit yourself or piss.
I've seen my dad's dick that way.
Yeah.
And it's super unsettling.
Mike recently had to do some caregiving on your dad.
He was in the like right before the whole pandemic started. My dad was in the hospital, and I'm not getting into the details, but he couldn't get up and go to the bathroom, and he was like out of it, and like he couldn't like he was just out of it. He was really fucked up. He's like it was a really close call, but he had to go to the bathroom really bad. And I think we talked about this on the first one, but nobody's listening to these anyways. But he had to pee, and I'm the only one in the room, and it's my dad. Yeah, we've had a bad relationship, but I've kind of put all that behind me, and as long as we're not around each other too long, we don't argue. So he had to go to the bathroom. My dad's like 75, and he can't do it for himself. So of course, I went and got a nurse. So like I don't want to see your dick again, dude. But I came back, I went and got a nurse, and I came back 10 minutes later. I gave him 10 minutes of privacy, and all she did was give him like this measuring cup with a handle to scoop his unit up into to pee. But she didn't help him do it. He's just holding it. So now I gotta like lift up his gown and then move the blankets, and I gotta scoop his unit. And I didn't want to be too specific in there, so I just grabbed the balls and the penis.
I get so uncomfortable as you're explaining it. It's probably how uncomfortable it felt.
I never touched that. My father or my grandfather's like,
he was. I didn't touch it with my hand. I scooped it with the cup.
But you touched it with a thing.
That's powerful.
I did touch it with a thing. He felt something because of
that's like poking it. That's like poking someone.
My dad's like literally almost dying, but he could still feel shame. I could tell he could still feel shame. I felt it, and then he pees in it, and like he's like moving his arm, and he ended up spilling the pee on me and him.
Did he make eye contact at any point while he was peeing?
The entire time. He was coming too at the same time. No, I'm kidding.
Shout out, Dad.
Yeah, right? only one spit on. No, I'm just kidding. No, but he peed, and I got the pee on me. And I tried this joke right before the pandemic hit, but I was saying that, like, you know, when I was a kid, I saw my dad's dick. And it wasn't like that. I just walked in on while he was taking a shit. Yeah. And I just remember my dad was like, he was probably like in his late 30s, but he still had young man's dick. It was like, I always weirdly never thought about this, but I've always associated it with like as a proud lion. You know, my dad, his pubes look like a lion's mane around the lion's head. And like this time when I had to scoop it up, it looked like a sad squirrel just holding its last acorns. You know, and I felt bad. He's got old man dick now.
My dad
felt terrible.
Yeah, my dad had a pretty thick dick. He always had a package and a bulge, and it was like really uncomfortable to see. Like,
was he wearing tight jeans?
He would, dude. But yeah.
Would your dad dress like my dad dresses like very Mexican? He has like the belt with his name on it and the big buckle and the tight jeans and cowboy boots and shit. Does your dad dress like that or no?
He had a pair of cowboy boots. He had a couple pair of boots, but that really wasn't his look.
His look was just showing off that hog through his jeans.
No, it wouldn't be like that. Like he was a PE coach, so just like the gym shorts, dude. You know what I mean?
Do you wear the short ones?
Well, like first of all, he's a short guy. And then, he would wear a lot of running shorts. He was into running for a bit. And so, yeah, dude, you'd see, like, uncomfortable about my dad's package. And then he's, like, unabashful about his penis, too. It's just
Dude, why would you be if you got a big old honker like that?
Well, the thing is, like, first of all, I don't know how big my dad's dick is, and I don't want to know, but...
You've seen the outline, though.
You see the outline, right? You see the saggy fucking balls hanging just above the toilet, like inside the toilet when you're a kid, and you smell the fucking piercing smell of hangover shit.
Shit balls.
Yeah, and then you just like, I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life.
How old are you, Jorge?
I'm 28.
Dude, I'm 37 and my balls are low. I'll be driving in the car, my stomach will start to hurt, and I realize I'm sitting on one of them. Yeah, and they separate too. I can sit on one and not the other.
Oh Jesus!
And it's not affected the other. I can always feel like which one I'm sitting on when I get that stomach ache.
I had a stepdad, and I only saw him naked once, and so I went in the room on accident, and he was like long dicking my mom. And,
he's stroking it from behind.
Yeah, and I just like remember popping the door open, and it was just like it was the longest like 2.5 seconds. It was like I just looked and see what was going on, and then you shut the door. And it was like, they never knew. They never said anything. Nothing ever came of it. I made sure I knocked and waited outside.
Absolutely.
From that point,
Yeah, I
moving
just
forward.
moved away. I ran away from home. I became an orphan.
But I was gonna say, like, I was raised in the 80s, late 80s, and I remember when the short shorts fad was really common, and I remember a lot of times, sometimes you would see like a ball hang or pop out of the side of some shorts or something.
I was born in 82. I remember like my conscious memories from like 87, 88, 89.
I have like visions of short yellow shorts and a red
short
ball.
Yellow. Yeah, and the white stripe on the side. I remember those shorts.
Absolutely.
My dad is built like a chimpanzee.
Oh,
that makes any sense.
So there you go.
And I thought I was being disrespectful.
No.
It just depends on who.
No, well the thing is,
chimps
like,
are stout though, dude. Chimps will fucking rip your face off.
Just like my father.
With that big old dick,
dude.
With his thick dick.
Yeah.
Grandpa's a big dick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's got the fucking submarine missile, and Grandpa's got the cannon.
And then.
I still feel like I'm growing into my dick. I'm in a relationship right now, and I'm not going to talk. If you need to buy pictures or photos, I'll be putting my social media handles out there at the end, and you can contact me through a direct message.
I'm going to edit them out. Don't worry.
Support local artists. Definitely.
I'm not. Here's the thing. I took kind of a hiatus from it just to kind of get like my mind straight. But it's a really easy way to make money, and why not?
People want it. I mean, I'm not going to say anybody for a sex thing, dude. I mean, it's just like same with I think sex and love are like the same. They're not the same, but like the similarities, like the heart wants what the heart wants, and some people want to fuck what they want to fuck. I mean, don't fuck kids or people who don't want it.
No.
Normally when people come on here and say stuff like what they're doing for sending dick pics and to make money during everything that's happening, I know they're full of shit, but this guy. I believe him, yo.
He's got the samples to prove.
Here's the thing, though, because it's just like I've worked at gay clubs for like off and on, like through about a 3-year period.
I forgot about that.
So the thing is just like I learned how to finesse guys face to face.
About that. You were the shop boy, or were you dancing? I can't remember.
I had a few different positions at different places. I was a bar back. Yeah.
They're respectable.
Yeah, I was a bar back, a bareback. Psych. No one got this boy pussy, bitch. Throw me numbers. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. You never sell the pussy, but you always get quotes. Just to let people know on the streets, like.
He's just giving estimates like a roofer.
You might want to get a picture of this shit. Why you can. Limited to dish.
Before he grows into it, because the proportions are different.
Before I grow into it.
Yeah. We should write a book about that and call it Coming of Age.
I feel like I got more fucking strength to get back from my injury, and my dick may get a little bit stronger.
It's always wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So enough about your cock. Let's do the second part of the open mic. Do you have any new stuff that you want to do? Any new material that you haven't done on stage or anything?
Yeah, I have a thought that.
I have a couple of short ones.
Yeah.
I got one. I'll do one. The other one's stupid.
I have one. Please.
You go first.
Okay. So, being sexually frustrated is something everybody kind of fucking goes through and stuff. I've always been a sexually frustrated person. Even while I'm having sex, I can still be sexually frustrated. you know, because, and here's the thing too that throws, I feel like if I could just be a rational person, I would never be frustrated, but getting sex throws my fucking psyche off. Because it's like, if I'm getting, like the moment I get laid, I'm like, this shit is so fucking easy. I'm just fuck this bitch. And I completely forget about the last 3 fucking weeks that I was just like fucking painfully waiting for her to respond to my texts. You know what I mean? And like I act like I finally have game and I act like I finally have juice. You know what I mean? And it throws me off. And now I'm like, I'm going to go for this next one. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to fuck out of my weight class and my fucking financial bracket. Yeah. And I just look like a fucking fool. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to get overalls, and then I tried them on, and I just looked like a buff little boy. And I'm like, this is what so I feel like some of the women that I really want to fuck badly, like the bad bitches, might think when they see me. So it's like, I feel like on some level I can hold my own, but at the same time, like, I did look like a buff little boy.
I think that the one note I have for that joke is I think whenever, like, obviously you'll trim it up some, but when you talk about how, man, this shit was so fucking easy, then you talk about the last 3 weeks waiting to respond to a text. You should also talk about the $76 you spent on macaroni the last 3 weeks that financially crippled you. You put everything into this when you could have just fucking not called into work and paid your rent.
And let me talk about having a girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know, like, so, like, here's the fucking logic behind a girlfriend. Steady pussy, right? If they feel like fucking you, you know? And it's just like, there's more.
So a girlfriend still has to say yes?
A girlfriend has to say yes,
taking everything
bro.
from us.
Look, when it's a white girlfriend.
That was a joke.
Oh, man. For me, with any girlfriend, but especially a white girlfriend, I mind my P's and Q's. I try to even, I've stopped being emotionally abusive with my language.
And, may I have some pussy, please?
Yeah, I'm just like asking like politely because I don't like. I feel like it's so scary to be labeled as a fucking emotionally abusive person.
I'm glad she's cleaning you up by being dirty with you.
I called her a bitch last night though.
And right off the bat, you asked her if she wanted to fuck in the butt too.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, absolutely.
Oh yeah. I'm just like
no, because that's what we.
Well, because here's the thing, here's why I ask every broad, because look,
because he wants to fuck him in the butt.
One, I want to fuck him in the butt, and then two, like you'll be fucking them, and they're like, sometimes you're fucking them nice, and they're like, you can do whatever you want. I'm like, whatever, and they're like, whatever you want, and then I'm like, can I fuck you in the ass? And they're like, no, and then I'm like, okay, then what does whatever mean, bitch?
That's not part of whatever.
That's not whatever.
Then.
So say what you mean.
I paid for the buffet. I want pizza and wings.
You know I'm not going to eat a whole bunch over there. Let me just get a little taste.
It's less to do with like, you know, trying to acquisition anal sex, and then also like there's a fucking bother in it because you fucking find a flaw in their logic.
Yeah.
Off the top, and then so it's just like it's a quick thing that you can chuck them on because women always got to be right, but they can't be right all the time. And nor can men be. But the thing is, like, I feel like in any healthy relationship there needs to be some checking. And that's just like my style, you know. But I called her a bitch last night.
This is like a psychological thriller, right now.
I'm just saying, like,
I'm not in my head, but I'm not going to show any support.
I'm Hispanic. I'm Puerto Rican. Look, I'm Hispanic. I'm Puerto Rican, but I also feel like I fucking respect the modern woman. My mother's a modern woman. My aunt's a modern woman. My sister's a modern woman. All of my cousins are modern women. They can fucking do it all. They're not relegated to these like gender fucking norms of what it means to be a woman. Okay? But
they wear jeans.
I understand the fucking look. Sometimes they just get too mouthy and shit. And like, look, you got to be able to express to people when you're getting uncomfortable. And sometimes it gets a little fucking hairy. You know what I mean? Because you tolerate what you can, and sometimes you lose your temper a little bit. But it's like, also, I'm a really nice guy, and I try to do really nice things for my girlfriend. And I'm good enough on that level to where I can call her a bitch, and it's not a problem.
So you're just training her for more mental abuse?
Dude.
Shout out to her.
I'm going to tell you this. You can't be my girlfriend if you can't handle being called a bitch. Because I speak that liberally on stage. If you were attracted to that person that you met on stage, guess what? That's the person that I am in real life in some capacity.
I get that. I've had relationships with girls where like I can call them a bitch, but it's more like, whatever, bitch, shut up. We're not like fucking like, you fucking bitch.
Right.
I don't really yell. Like I I've evolved enough. I don't really yell at girlfriends. Like my last relationship, I never yelled at my girlfriend once or screamed. There's no point to that anymore. I'm not gonna waste.
My wife and I have been together for 10 years, and I mean, some B words have definitely gotten dropped both ways. So
yeah,
it happens.
I hate being called a bitch, but
fighting all the time. Yeah,
that's why I don't call girlfriends bitches, because I don't want to be called a bitch. I don't know what it is, but when someone calls me a bitch, it flips a switch in my head, and I want to break something. I get fucking super.
You want to prove
pissed.
you're not a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I want to
exactly
fucking
it.
smash my own laptop and then realize.
Yeah. Would a fucking bitch do this?
Yeah. And then I gotta borrow money from this bitch to pay for the last time she called me.
And then afterwards, you're like, I fucking wish I didn't do that. I feel like a fucking.
I'll
bitch.
say this. Here's the problem in me of calling my girlfriend a bitch. We're still together in 5 years. This is something that we're going to be talking about in therapy.
Save this episode for that.
Yeah. Well, guarantee
when you listen to it in 5 years, you'll be the third listener.
Yeah.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
I want to move things forward, but I have a curiosity. I know you like butt stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll put myself out there because I'm your friend and I'm an open book. I like butt stuff too.
Yeah.
Do you eat ass?
Yeah, a lot less unscrupulously than I did, but I eat ass.
What's unscrupulous? What does that mean?
I mean, I just gone in there on some women. And of course I get their consent. I get their consent always before.
Well, yeah.
Right, but
I mean, like face mask them like.
No, but the thing is, it's just like, look, check it. I was hooking up with this one girl, and one time she showed up, and she was hanging out. She had. Well, I'm just gonna cut it short. She had toilet paper on her asshole, and I still smashed her. Not that night I ate her ass, but like later on I ate her ass.
But you thought about it, right? I smelled a girl's ass once. And it didn't smell that
good.
You
declined the idea to do it.
I smelled it once, and then I just didn't do it. But then next time I ate her out, because it was a girlfriend of mine, then I was just like, I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Yeah, how do you back out of some ass eating once you've already started, but you get there and it's all like a little on the whatever side?
You try to get your dick as hard as you can and be like, I can't wait, I just gotta fuck you. You do that, or you fake chow, like in the movie Hall Pass, where you just spit on it and rub your finger across it, and they think you're licking it.
What if you get enough spit in there so that your spit cleans it up and makes its own smell?
Yeah, but then that spit's just getting back on you.
Yeah, you gotta.
I'll eat ass. Don't get me wrong. I love
fresh out the shower. Fresh out the shower. You're gonna get that ass eaten.
Right. I mean,
for sure.
And if you'll do that for me, I'll do anything you want.
Right. And here's the thing, like you got to come correct on the other side with your own grooming, if that's your expectation.
Well, of course.
Yeah. So as long as you meet that, I don't think it's ridiculous to ask someone to do that.
Oh, dude, I have to like be clean for sex.
Yeah.
I can't get off if a girl's sucking my dick and I'm like, she's sucking my dirty dick. That's disgusting. I feel bad enough that she's willing to suck my dick. The least I can do is scrub it with a bunch of Dove before I give it to her.
Well, yeah, there's the trucker shower. You can always truck shower your dick.
I'll hop in the shower quick and just fucking soap it all up. Yeah, I don't know.
Nice.
But yeah, I have like gone back to a girl's place like after meeting her at a bar, drinking. Like summer night in Texas is hot.
The day is on you.
Shower. You gotta do that hooker shower real quick.
I brought baby wipes with me to a one-night stand. I stopped at the gas station to get condoms and baby wipes to wipe my ass because like I knew I was shitting that day and I was like,
just in case,
dude. If I know sex is coming, I'll avoid like Chinese buffet or stuff like that. Chinese buffet gives me the burps. I don't want to burp in her pussy and make her queef before I fuck her. That's a real thought I've had in my brain.
You're like, I'll go to Super Salad tonight or something.
No, because they leave the nacho meat out and I'll eat all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I try. There's like certain things I'm like, show day, like if I have a show that night, and sex day. I avoid Chinese. There's no Chinese food on show or sex day. That's like one of my main rules. Like,
just make sure you don't shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Or have explosive shit. Or
have no cucumbers, because for some reason every time I eat a cucumber, which I like cucumbers, I'm burping it up for hours, just like Chinese food. I don't know why. What?
A cucumber.
Yeah, the cucumber or some zucchini.
Yeah.
I love zucchini.
All right, I'll do mine real quick. I have a quick joke. It's just it's a dumb one that I wrote. I haven't done on stage yet. Where I've been, like, since this is going on, I've gotten really into volunteering, like helping out the community. Just whatever, picking up trash on the side of the highway, volunteering some hours at a Goodwill store, whatever the judge recommends. I'll do whatever.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's also so stupid. But I had another one, but it's dumb. But yeah, let's move on from the open mic. You guys ready? You want to do some true crime? You got some stories, Jason?
Yeah, we're running at about an hour 8.
Okay, so we'll just do one good one.
Story or two.
We'll do an story. We'll do one.
Okay, so did you want to do your spiel before it, or by now everybody knows?
No, if you're gonna get offended, whatever. I don't care.
No,
Fuck off.
all right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right, so a man allegedly breaks into a shut-down restaurant. This is amidst this coronavirus situation. It breaks into a restaurant that's shut down, spends days eating food and drinking booze all day long there. He's accused of consuming actually thousands of dollars worth of food and drink. This is in Connecticut, and this is during the COVID-19 pandemic. They declined to name the restaurant, but it was a shutdown when he broke into it. The Connecticut man allegedly took advantage of the situation, and he made it his basic a multi-day smorgasbord.
Dude, I would totally do so. I'd go to an Olive Garden if I knew I could get in while they're shut down, dude.
Yeah.
Breadsticks on breadsticks. I'd be fatter than Tony Soprano.
Fire up the ovens, get it all going.
All of it, dude. I'd fucking start playing some Italian. With my ex, I always had this joke about Olive Garden. That she's like, oh, it's like we're going to Italy. I'm like, it is. We're going to Italy right now. Grab your fucking passport. We just transported all the way to Italy for this fucking gnocchi. Okay?
God.
So there's a twist in the story here. The guy actually made camp there. So he was there for several days.
Oh, gosh.
And then he was actually found sleeping in the restaurant by officers Tuesday morning after authorities received a call about a possible burglary at the restaurant.
How long was he there before the cops came? Did no alarm go off?
I think it's further into the story, but multi-days. I mean, 3 days,
Yeah,
2
you
days,
said it was
3 days.
multiple days.
Yeah.
But, like, doesn't the alarm on those things go off, like, as soon as you break a window or get in?
Well, here's a picture of him. We could post this on the Facebook or whatever, but he kind of looks like he may have worked there and just known the deal.
Oh, that's one of the cooks for sure. That's one of the cooks, or that's one of those, like, 42-year-old professional waiters.
That's the shift manager.
Yeah. I mean, this guy looks
right.
like
He
he knew
used to
the
be-
setup.
He used to be shift manager until he got caught smoking cigarettes and fingering someone in the bathroom.
Absolutely.
So they
You're pissing your life away, Michael.
they'll still let him come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. He did it to survive.
Yeah.
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 He's surviving, not looting.
Yeah.
Dude, I respect that.
Well, usually when it's dependent on your skin of who's surviving and who's looting, I'm sure you're aware of.
If the circumstances are worth it and if you're doing what you have to do, then, I can't judge you.
If you don't get caught, it's not a crime.
That is also
Finders,
true.
keepers, losers, weepers.
Exactly.
True.
Falls under that one.
Jeepers creepers, look at the jeepers.
Plus, it's the Olive Garden. Okay.
You know, that guy looks like he was at like a shitty
Jeez.
pizza place. that
We go to
sells,
Olive Garden
beer.
and we treat our assholes like shit. We just fucking unlimited breadsticks and soups. Oh, the tour of Italy. I used to get so constipated.
Dude, tour of Italy with lasagna, chicken parmesan, and Alfredo, and you got to pay extra for the chicken Alfredo. I want to do a tour, not a visit. Okay?
Yeah.
Give me the chicken.
I'm here for 3 nights.
I like the buy one take one.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
Buy one take one.
That shit is so good.
So here's a little development here. So this was 4 days. This turned out to be 4 days.
Wow.
That he was in there. He allegedly consumed 70 bottles of liquor and.
It's gotta be
That
like
itself.
Dom DeLuise over here. 70 bottles of liquor.
70 bottles of liquor
No
over
way.
4
bottles of
days.
liquor. 70 bottles of liquor.
Amazing.
You take one down, there's no one to pass around.
He's gonna die if he goes a second without alcohol.
Yeah, he needed some medical attention, it sounds like. He might have been having a seizure.
He was committing suicide.
Oh my god.
It was that and thousands of dollars of food from the restaurant.
Of course,
Yeah, he's drunk. He's got the munchies bad.
This is actually ongoing. He's being held right now on $12,500 bail, and he's being charged with burglary, larceny, third degree, first degree criminal mischief, and he had a warrant for a failure to appear for a license.
Yeah, don't we all? Like 17 of those. I want to know what kind of restaurant it was, like what his cuisine was. Was it like a Buffalo Wild Wings, or was it like
just
somewhere
microwaving wings?
Like somewhere like Chili's or Applebee's that says they have, like their menu says they have everything, but it still all just tastes like shit. Remember Applebee's? We went to the all-you-can-eat like boneless wings.
Yeah.
And they only had like 3 flavors. It was buffalo, barbecue, and teriyaki.
That's right.
And they all tasted the fucking same. The hot sauce, the teriyaki,
No
the
difference.
barbecue. There was no flavor to any of it. It was just fucking,
We still had like 30 each.
oh yeah, I want my money's worth.
That's
but
$12 for wings, you bet.
no fucking. How do they come out fresh and they already taste old? They're so bad. Fuck you, Applebee's.
Yeah.
But if you start it again, I'll still come back.
Yeah. And we're taking sponsorships too.
That's like an Applebee's manager pulling shit out of the trash.
I would
to
like
make a buck.
I would like to know. I would like to know what his primary liquor that he liked the best. I mean, 70 bottles. Do you think he ran through like all the vodka, all the whiskey, all the gin, all the tequila?
He drank all the Sambuca. That was all the Sambuca they ever ordered. Nobody ever got any, but he drank all of it.
That's the case he found.
Jesus, God. Man, I want to know 70 bottles of fucking liquor. That's even if you stayed up doing cocaine and stuff for 4 days, that's a lot of fucking liquor. That's roughly 17 and a half bottles a day.
I'm not even upset. I'm impressed.
Yeah, right? That's impressive. This guy has a problem. He still hasn't sobered up. He's in jail. So if his bond is $12,500, so he can get out for $1,250.
That's right.
But he couldn't afford to go get food anywhere else. He's not going to get out.
No.
Yeah.
Well, and if he works at a restaurant, he's out of work.
But he had the time of his life. He has the time of his life, baby.
And I owe it all to booze. Jesus, 70 bottles.
Oh my God.
Like, I understand, like, you take one bottle of liquor and a couple appetizers and get the fuck out. He set up camp there.
70.
Was there any cocaine? Come on.
It did not say anything about a drug charge, but that is a little
cocaine, but there had to be.
That's a little overindulgent. I mean, if you were posting up there and you were hungry, and I just stayed there to eat food, and I had a couple of bottles of liquor,
a little overindulgent.
You know.
He set up shop at the Sabanos.
bottles, man.
Jesus.
This is what I would drink if I was at home. I needed 70 bottles, you know?
Yeah. How much in food did you say? Ate? Thousands of dollars?
I just said thousands, but $70. It
was all queso. He was just perfecting the recipe. He was trying to get the right recipe down.
How much of it do you think he was just drunk and forgetting that he opened shit?
That could be the case, or throwing it or breaking it. Yeah,
dude, like 2 bottles of liquor, I'm passed the fuck out. How are you still alive? This man is magic.
Yeah, like I would only need 1 or 2 bottles of liquor over 4 days because I'm going to overdrink that over the first 1 or 2 days, and then I'm not going to want to drink for the other 2 days.
You'll be dead.
Yeah, eat.
Yeah,
that's it.
No, you'll get fucking out. 70 bottles. Are these like those have to be like airplane size bottles?
Restaurants don't have airplane
restaurants
size bottles.
Have the fucking 750. Jesus.
I wonder if they're like just taking count, like they had like half bottles and stuff. They're like, it was still a bottle. It was still counted as a bottle. It was a bottle.
They did.
Insurance.
Yeah. It was probably like 20 bottles. The rest are like, no, these were here too.
70. Yeah.
They didn't have any in the trash before they came.
I can see them easily embellishing that too. It probably was like literally like 5 or 7 bottles, and they're like
restaurant's closed.
70.
They're trying to recoup some of that pandemic money.
That's right. They saw an opportunity.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, man. I'm glad you came to be on the podcast, man. Thanks for the food you brought.
Yeah.
We're going to have some sausage sandwiches. After all this talk about dicks, now we're going to eat some.
Can you tell us what's on the menu?
So this is what's on the menu, and this is my cooking is inspired by something that my friend Anthony Fink came up with, and it's called "Fuck It, Eat It or Leave It." You know what I mean? I'll make some modifications for a friend because I care about them. Like I called Mikey and I asked him like what's cool and what's not cool, and I'm gonna square him away because that's my boy and I love him.
I appreciate that.
Anybody else suck
Super
my
sweet.
anybody else suck my dick.
Yeah,
Jason as well. A friend of Mikey is a friend of mine. However you like it.
But I thought you were saying Jason as well. Suck my dick. I thought that's what I thought that was really. Whoa, bro.
Are you impervious to death?
Unless you guys are into it.
Hey.
Anyways.
We never had a threesome.
Yeah.
The answer's no.
Right. Okay, cool. No, but back to the menu. I got some bratwurst and some Italian sausages from Kroger. They're reasonably priced, plus I've been kind of eyeballing sausages for a while.
Sounds like it from some of the stories.
Okay.
I couldn't help it.
I'm
sorry.
And I've just been really into sandwiches at the moment because they're super simple and it's like a decent enough way to get like the full spectrum of macronutrients that your body needs mostly.
Well, thank you.
So, like, as long as you're just, putting some protein, something vegetal, and then I think the bread or something. It doesn't have to be the standard, whatever the fuck your sandwich standard is.
So it's bread, collard greens, and sausage.
It's bread, collard greens, and sausage.
Did you say vegetal a minute ago?
Yeah, like a vegetable flavor.
No, you said vegetal. There was no
vegetal. It's like a flavor quality, vegetal.
Vegetal.
Yeah, and then it's like to have something like something
like
green,
a vegetal
something
discharge.
Yeah, like a vegetal discharge. But I picked collard greens because they looked nice at Kroger. They looked like the best of all the greens.
Oh, these are fresh. These aren't out of the can.
These are fresh that I made.
Very nice.
Fresh canned.
Okay, so I used
Very nice.
I boiled the sausages in some beer in my pressure cooker for a little bit because I like to cook off some of the fat of a sausage because it's very unctuous, but you don't want it to be too overwhelming. You know what I mean? You fucking boil off the fat and then
I'm trying.
It's getting very good. It's gonna get.
I like that word umptuous. I like that.
Well, because it's like super fatty. It's gonna keep getting good. It's getting super fatty.
So we're umptuous.
Yeah. When people see my body, they're like, "I bet he takes care of the fats he eats."
No, but I mean, like,
Mike's a very umptuous guy.
Yeah.
Just 10 minutes. That's it. Some people like boil the fucking shit out of it, but just a quick little light par cook, so they weren't raw by the time I drove them over. So we can grill them here, get a nice fucking crisp on them because the casing has to pop. The casing has to like crackle and stuff because you need the contrast, you need the crispy bite, and then you need the juicy meat underneath, and that's why you gotta boil it but not overdo it, I think. And then I cook the collard greens in the fucking sausage juice and the beer stock, and that's kind of just gonna be like a little fucking topping to the sandwich. It's not like a
so you can take it wet, go a little wet if you want on the sandwich.
Yeah, because here's the thing: I love sauerkraut or cabbage or something kind of crunchy, cruciferous with my sausages.
Wait, stop.
Cruciferous.
Cruciferous.
It's a vegetable family.
I feel like you're just making up stuff to say to keep working these words and then they don't know.
If anyone actually listens to this episode and if you actually fact check all of these words that he said and provide all the definitions and details, I'll give you $5.
That's
cruciferously.
Cool. Cruciferously.
Is that right?
You can do it. The offer goes to both of you guys as well.
What's cruciferous?
Cruciferous is a type of vegetable like broccoli, kale, cabbage. They're like botanically they're in the same family. Like.
Okay.
And there you have it.
No, so like that's like the groupings on like fucking different foods and like vegetables and beans and shit. But
cruciferous sounds like a type of dinosaur.
It does really, yeah. It's a crazy ass name, but
it sounds like you're making fun of somebody named Chris or Christopher or something. You're just like making fun of their name or something.
I am making fun of
cruciferous.
But here's the beauty of eating something like that with the sausage that's really fatty. It's like most cruciferous vegetables help ward off colon cancer. And so, like, if you fucking eat that with something that's really fatty and it's kind of hard for your body to process all those salts and shit that they put in it, it makes it more manageable to digest and you can enjoy it more.
Dude, I have a tip.
That's a nice flavor, too, I think.
If you're trying to avoid colon cancer, just get pegged, dude. It knocks all the cancer loose and falls right out.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Stir the pot.
Take in the butt. So you
I'll tell you what, bro. I've done gay shit for money, but I'm not brave enough to take dick in the ass, dude.
No, get pegged. Fake dick. Have a woman do it.
I'm not even brave. Dude, I put...
Kiss the back of your neck.
Hey, I've stuck my finger in my ass, dude, just to fucking find out. And I only got to, like, this part of it. And then I was like, this, honestly, there's nothing for me.
That's further than I got, but that's because I got fat fingers.
Have you ever done a self rape?
What does that mean?
Well, like when you're
choke yourself and make yourself jack off.
Well, there's a couple of different definitions, but like when you're wiping your ass after you take a shit, and then your finger like just pokes through, and you didn't mean for it to happen, and then it pierces your butt. And you feel
not even the feeling of it in my butt. I just hate that it gets shit in my fingernail.
So you like the finger you're going in your butt?
No, because it's ruined by the thought of like the shit.
It's uninvited. It's like you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's encroachment. No.
It's a self rape. That's a rape.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
I've had girls do it, and I've tried it myself. I'm just not into it. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, I don't imagine you would be. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the right woman to eat my ass. If you're out there.
See, that's one thing I don't want my ass eaten.
And my shit's not for everyone.
They're gonna fuck me. They're gonna eat my ass too. No thanks.
I'm into some freak shit. I'm trying to get freakier. But anyways. We're going to do some sandwiches, going to toast the buns with some mayonnaise because I like the finish on it.
Speaking of which.
It makes it, no, I know.
I'm pretty hungry, dude.
Yeah.
You talking about this. We're going to go ahead and wrap this
Anyways,
up.
we're eating. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this. Thank you for the food and menu. Thank you for coming, dude. Yeah. That's awesome. I'm glad you brought the sausages.
I'm gay.
Okay.
You heard it here.
His words, not mine. He's
pay.
A very cruciferous man.
Gay for pay. Gay for pay.
Hey, guys. Follow, like, subscribe. Feel free to post to us on the Facebook. Send us any activities you're doing that's keeping you busy, any pictures. I didn't mean to say the Facebook like an old man.
You did say kind of like that.
Yeah, I know. But you can find us, The Open Mic Podcast, on Facebook. Mike is spelled like the name, M-I-K-E. Same on Instagram. It's at The Open Mic Podcast. Jason, what's the Twitter handle?
We've got Open Mic 5000.
Open Mic 5000 on Twitter. Follow, like, subscribe. Leave us a comment if where you're listening lets you. And say whatever. Say that we're forcing you to do it. Just do anything. We want to get some internet money, and that helps the algorithm from what I hear other people say on their podcast. I don't know. I'm not going to actually do the research because nobody's listening. But thank you guys. Thank you for coming again, Jorge, and have a great day.